me.
So my son of a bitch of a husband, he came over to me and he lifted me up by the tits.
Excuse me?
Bastard.
Watch it, I need to get through.
1, 2, 1, 2. We want to thank everybody for coming out to the Peacock Lounge
Hey,
tonight.
DJ,
Hold on, baby. I'm trying to
play
announce
something
here.
good.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm DJ P, and we want to thank everybody
me.
once again for coming out to the Peacock
Hello?
Lounge.
Can you
would
hear me?
please dip your...
Hey,
What is your problem? Are you stupid or what?
we want to hear something good.
Something good. Well, how the hell am I supposed to know what you think's good? You not know a name or a title of an artist that you want to hear?
Just play something we know. Something new.
Something new. All right, I'll play you something new, but I'm going to play it my way, or it's the highway, bitch.
Yeah. Two-step with me. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. 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 One, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 1, and here comes the 2 to the 3 and 1. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 1, and here comes the 2 to the 3 and 1. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Everybody drunk out on the dance floor. Baby girl ass jiggle like she want more. She a groupie and I ain't even know. Maybe cause she rhyme hardcore. I'm like, heard that I buy out the store. Bottom of the ninth and the nigga got to score. If not, I gotta move on to the next floor. Here comes the 3 to the 2 to the 1. Homeboy tripping, he don't know I got the gun. When they come up poppin', we do shit for fun. You ain't got one nigga, you better run. Now I'm in the back getting men from a hun. While she going down, no bragging on what I done. She smoking my blunt, saying she ain't having fun. Bitch, give it back, now you don't get none. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. 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 2, here comes the 3 to the 4 to the 5. Now I'm looking at shorty right in the eyes. Couple seconds pass, now I'm looking at the thighs. Why she telling me how much she hate a guy? Said she got the kid, but she got her tubes high. And you 21, girl, that's so right. I wonder if the shit coming with them fries. If so, baby, can I get them supersized? Here comes the 4 to the 3 to the 2. She's fucking feeling on my Johnson right out. And you super thinking that's cool. But instead of one life, I need 2. Her eyes got big when she glanced at my jewels. Expression on her face like she ain't got a clue. Then she told me she don't run with the crew. You know how I do, but I just one gotta do. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Everybody. Gonna take the last to take me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I guess the rain's down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never Everybody in the club, bottle full of mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a ball. I can sit, I ain't in the make it love, so come in the hood if you're in the rough. Everybody in the club, bottle full of club, mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a ball. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the make it love, so come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the kids on there. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now I fuck with Dre, everybody show me love. When you select them, you get plenty of groupie love. When you get the chain, throw down, cheese up. See exhibit in the cutting, man, roll them trees up. Roll you right now, move, you see play up pimp. Few shells now, I walk with a lip. In the hood, in the lady saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But I ain't y'all, tell you I'm local. And the plan is to put the rap game in the choke. I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got them deals out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. I told you, feeling my stash, feeling my flow.
I mean, AC/DC in the club. That's what I'm talking about. What is up, everybody? Well, thanks, Popeye. I mean, it's not for everybody. I get it. It's all good. It's not always mashups. It's whatever I'm feeling when I get up and want to get going. Oh, that was a patch. I didn't even show it. It sold World War. I showed it yesterday, so we're good. It was a cavalry patch. I got it from my guy, who I am just sort of digging into that pile of inventory. Got some tools listed yesterday. Got some more cleaning done. Got a bunch of. I'm still tearing through the records, which is been very good. Got about 10 more up yesterday. Got drafts done for about another 10 or so. Got a pile ready to go once we're done with the Charlie work in the basement. Or a pole. I have disco ball somewhere. So all my postcards are now moved over to charged shipping. And honestly, completely average day in, like, no change in postcard sales. So, not yet anyways. I mean, we're going to be talking, like, we're going to be keeping an eye on things, of course. Yesterday was better than either of the 2 weekend days. Which, go figure. Dang. Hour and 15 minutes to end 8,000 listings. So when you do 8,000 relisted postcards, how many of those typically do you expect of those 8,000 to sell, like, right off the bat? Second question, are you changing prices at all? Are you making any changes to the listing, or is it just a straight end and relist? Dawn, no, they've never actually come out and said it, but what I would say is a preponderance of empirical and circumstantial evidence. Dang. Okay. Well, that would be worthwhile. It's true. Relisting it does put fresh eyes on it. It shows you up on that first page of search. Yeah. All right, where's this Kaiser Wilhelm? There it is. I think also when I changed over to the charged shipping, I basically just, made shipping $1 flat, and then I decreased my price on all those cards by $1. So I think in that process, I sort of I touched the file, so there's some of that, but and I can't really do 8,000 at a time easily with Web Interpret on. I need to submit all my Butte cards. That's the next of that organization project downstairs. There's quite a few cities that need their own section that they don't currently. Butte, Montana, Minneapolis, two of them I know for sure. Santa Cruz, California. Santa Monica. Sold as that name. I know I've sold that cup before. But I'm basically ending and relisting 400 a day, which I'm just sort of getting myself into the habit. He gets touched every 30 days too. So yeah, basically, if I'm doing 400 a day, I'm basically working through my oldest listings. I'm essentially going to be refreshing that inventory once every 30 days. So I haven't been perfect with it and pretty good with it. And as I'm doing it this round, which is a little bit more cumbersome, I'm making sure everything is moved over to a charged shipping model on my whole inventory, which is, if I do it a little bit at a time, it's less painful. It's kind of like the project in the basement. And really all the projects I've been working on this month. Which I'm still about a week out, and I think today we're going to finish the states, and probably I want to do the cartoon postcards or comic postcards, and I want to do maybe some international. We'll see how ambitious I'm feeling. At the moment, I feel moderately ambitious. I'm like a 4.5 out of 10 ambition this morning. Morning, Amy. Yeah, I I woke up this morning and I rolled an 8 ambition. All right, motel, Harden motel, blah blah blah. This place, is this right? Did I grab the right one? I think so. That's it, right? That's it. Yep. I had a annoying eBay customer of the day. I have a menu up for a gentleman's club in Hollywood, California from the 1940s. And a guy sends me an offer for about 3/4 of my listing, and it says shipping included. So I reply, and I'm like 35 is fine, but you're getting charged for shipping. He declines the offer and then sends me an offer for $25. Shipping included. I'm like, all right, man, you're wasting my time now. I responded. I countered at a higher number. I said, this is your one and only chance. You send me a number, anything other than what I just sent you, and you are no longer have the privilege of buying from me. And I list menus all the time, and I can see that is all you buy. So we'll see how he responds. I have a low tolerance for customers who fuck around. I sent back a very, very fair offer. Basically the same offer he wanted, but where I was charging for shipping instead of eating the cost. And he decided to start being a dick about it. So one warning, and then he gets blocked. Let's see what he does. block him. Yeah, I mean, I'll give him a chance. I'll put customers. That's the bleeding heart liberal. All right, cards done, patch done. Got some. Let's just make a little. Oh wait, I missed a postcard. Oops. Oh, I think I have a hip order to ship as well. Now let's think about it. I need to find a new rug for right here. I've completely destroyed and worn through this rug. It is coming apart. Time to rest. All right, what do we got here? All right, not too bad. All right, let's just start from the top. Got Microsoft Xbox 360s, Rabbids, alive and kicking. Vidya game. I think I picked this up at. I don't know where I got it. Maybe might have been in my death pile. Nobody knows. And actually, video games yesterday all got moved to charged shipping. And I sold 3 things. And the gross on them was actually higher than if I had done what I had previously with charged shipping. This is going global shipping program. Interesting. Then I sold a lot of 4 Nintendo Wii Madden games. We are going to be probably at exactly 1 pound. Let's see if I can get a piece of cardboard around it and not go overweight. Bam. Bam. Does anybody watch Trailer Park Boys? How long has this been up? Probably a year. Is it common for art? Yes, sometimes. They can, a lot of times they'll bend because it's photographic paper. So if they've been exposed to heat or even like changes in moisture, they can bend. You can also just put them under a bunch of heavy books for a while and you can flatten them out. What up, Lobster? Sorry I missed your live last night. I was asleep by the time you started. How's the postcards coming? You still looking at all the stamps? Two postcards or two postcards? I'm gonna go look at your eBay page after I ship this. This was a book whose title I cannot pronounce. I got it in the first garage sale I went to this year. I bought a bunch of books. I spent $40 total at that yard sale. I made all my money back on that gin display. Though on the books, I made basically all my money back as well on one of the Chiltons that I sold. So, not doing too shabby for that $40 spent. I don't think I really have. I think I sold through everything from that sale now. It's called the Dobie Ju Han Soy by Richard B. Lee. And they paid a whopping $8.95 free shipping. I need to change my books all over. I know Lobster loves books. All right. Book Lobster eBay. Newly listed. Expo 67. Yeah, I got a bunch of Expo 67s myself. Postal reply cards. Oh, hey, I've sold that Man in Space thing before. So you got 1, 2, 3. Lobster, does your scanner work? I think your prices are high for what these are, honestly. The postal reply cards, I mean, I would make offers on your Expo 67. I think these are all a little high, but let me check something real quick. Honestly, I haven't listed a lot of postal reply cards unless they are like have a business name, or they're like a receipt or something I can keyword. Washington 2-cent postal reply. We're just gonna do the 2-cent. I mean, you're the only one up there right now. What if you just do Washington Red 2-cent card? No, there's 23. Oh, you're the wow. Yeah, you are the only one who's out there with there's somebody's got 3. No, that's 1958. I mean, you might be dead on there. I'd make offers on them. I mean, the Fabergé egg is about to be stolen, and it was already stolen. Both. Sold these Funko Pez. We got Jack Skellington, Batman, and Robin, which have nothing to do with each other. I bought these at Walgreens clearance a couple years ago after Christmas. Probably have 50 cents, maybe $1 into them. They sold for $16.95. Free shipping. Hey, look, this box is already put together, and I bet it'll fit. That worked perfect. There's some lightweight void fill in there. keep it from bouncing around. And Lobster, it's not going to be worth it for you to list all those cards unless you get yourself an account that is going to allow you to list them all. Because every minute that you spend on a card that you don't list is money you're losing. All right, later, Lobster. Does your scanner work? Root or Jake, I'll give you a store link. How long was he live last night? Three hours? Lobster. It hurts me in the blavin. It hoits me in the blavin. Do you need a scanner, Lobster? All right. Then we sold. Get some of this other rando stuff ready. All right. This is just a little DSL jack. I got a ton of these. I got these when my company closed down or closed my office. Like $6 free shipping. It's nothing special. This. I'm going to toss it here. Yeah, he's definitely high on the postal cards. I would at least drop those like at the minimum, drop those down to $19.95 and then charge $1 shipping with a make offer. All right, hit the deed. This is a deed from Delaware, 1872, I believe. Oh, 1890. It's dated 1890, but it's kind of cool. Received for this is Franklin Winter and wife and David Gorman. And I actually looked up the location of this, but basically $400 being the full subdivision. Where is it? Reading, Pennsylvania. That's where the deed was done. There we go. Delaware County. Where's the address? A lot of the piece of ground above as described. All right. Greeks Avenue. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but deeds, old deeds are, this kind of paper ephemera doesn't usually sell for a ton of money. This sold for $10 with the free shipping. Got to get that stuff moved off of free shipping. Not in a rush. It's just... Buster, what do you want? What do you want? What can I help you with? Did you want treats? You want to show me? You want to show me what you want? Just using a LP record bag to seal this up. Perfectly sufficient. If you leave a little bit of air in there, it also leaves some cushioning. Right? Right, Buster? You're not going to like the tape sound. Just warning you. He knows it's coming. Oh, if I see a deed, I just put it up for sale. Okay. Yes, come on. Let's go. Show me. Show me. Show me what you want. The other street's right here on the floor. All right. Next up, one of these little miniature wash basin things. I've been selling these for 2 years now, and I think I'm about halfway through. Some of my earlier postcards that I listed are definitely too high in price. And I've done a little bit of adjustment on those, but a lot of the early ones that I have as well are still some really nice ones, and I do want actually more money for them. I think that like especially when you're starting out in a category, you're gonna, a lot of times be either too high or too low or a combination of both. Right? And you're gonna, but it's part of the learning process. I mean, you're gonna undersell some stuff, and then you're gonna realize you undersold it, and you're gonna be like, dang, I'm not gonna undersell that again. But then you're gonna have ones that you think that are gonna fly off the shelf, and then you sit on it, and then this is going to the Abercrombie company. Oh, that's cool, Cameron. You pay half attention. That's me most of the time. So yeah, you're gonna have to play that game of like trial and error. It's part of the learning process. Like, I mean, here, like I ain't afraid. Let's go to. We're gonna go. Time newly listed, and then we'll go to the last page. And then sometimes you're right, but you just got to wait it out, right? So all right, this is the last page. Maybe. When did this get listed? January 19th, 2020. So here we go. All right. here's given some of my postcards I have ended and relisted. But I mean, some of these prices are probably pretty high. I may have adjusted in the past and I don't remember, but these aren't crazy. Spokane, Washington, Northern Railway Depot. I mean, that's probably way high. I'm not a Canada site. We don't want that. Yeah, look at that. Let's sort by. There's same card for $4. Same card, $6.40. $8, $13, $10. And that's just my own bias being from Washington. Why that's crazy price. All right. We have State Capitol Building, St. Paul, Minnesota, $4.95. I could probably drop that down to $2. State Capitol buildings, I'm typically doing like $2.95. This one I feel like I'm okay with. I'm surprised it actually hasn't sold or gotten any traction. Kodachrome of the Brooklyn Bridge, that's stupid priced. This one's actually okay. The Kapok tree. Skyline from Mount Washington and Pittsburgh, probably high on that one. Plus, I'm charging $3.50 shipping. Mountain Trail in California. That one's got. I mean, this is okay. Bunch of these I could probably just refresh. I've sold the Stevens Hotel in that range before. This is dumb price. That needs to change. That's probably good. Rock Springs, Wyoming. Probably drop this one down to like $20 range. Copper. That's dumb. 40. No. Mormon Tabernacle stuff. No. Art View, I can probably drop this down to like $12.95, $10.95, $9.95, maybe even. Yeah. So I'm high on some of these. And then this is what? Still last year. $3.95, $5.95. Yeah. So some of these have gone in and done some adjustment of prices. But yeah, Mount Lick Observatory for $33.95, even though this is Foss tint. These all, I can tell by the dates, these were just before I picked up that album. But I'm learning here. I mean, this is all, and I've sold quite a few of those cards in that lot for pretty close to what I was asking. They're pretty high quality, and a lot of them are actually pretty rare. San Francisco burning. Here's Stanford University after the earthquake. Another one is Stanford. Like those, when I listed them, there was none out there. Still probably high. My favorite. Oh, wait, that's not the one. These two, Yarrington, Nevada, on the day that they became a town. That's pretty cool. Those are real photos. It's a foot race, the beginning and end of a race. There's a... Yeah, I mean, some of these I can probably go in and do some adjustment. At least like these ones that are $23.95, $24.95. I can drop those all down to $19.95 plus $1 shipping instead of that $3.50 shipping. And do like make offers on them and probably do a lot better. All right. End of rabbit hole. Oh. I've sold Kapok Tree restaurant cards for quite a bit more than that in some cases. That's funny. All right, next up, you can't see it, but it is, I assure you, a Sony Watchman. It works. I included batteries. And I think it sold for $32.95, free shipping, somewhere in there. You know what? I'm going to get this in. Just going to do one more layer of padding on this. Oh, nice. Plano in October. Yeah. I can't think that far out at the moment. I want to get back from my trip from California and Colorado, and then I'm going to try to figure out my next round of flights. Well, hello. What's going on out and about in the house today? You finding some good stuff to mess up? All right. This is let me give you the name. It's a German measurement tool. It's a Freiberger curvometer. It's for map reading, and it's kind of cool. Not particularly rare. No idea where I got it. Sold for $12.95. Because this is a delicate scientific instrument, We are going to treat it as such and actually put this one in a box. Yeah, so my whole point in showing all those postcards is that, like, you know, pricing is a learning process for everybody. And really, you know, it's a process that also, like, is ongoing. I mean, there's like the auction professor, he doesn't really even comp, from what I can tell. He basically has like 4 price buckets, and every card is going to go into one of those 4 price buckets, and it's like $37.50, $57.50, and $17.50, and then probably, like, you know, his crazy town prices, which honestly, like, I've looked at the postcards and his prices online, and every now and then he has, you know, he'll get a higher price out of a card, but he also I think scares away a lot of clientele. Like, he doesn't really, for the number of postcards he has listed, he doesn't do that amazing of volume. Really much of any volume. I mean, it's great when you get like the higher money on a card, that, you know, 2 or 3% of the time, sure. But I feel like that has to balance with the other 98% of the time. And his model, he just moved from, like, he won't list anything that he's not going to get $10 out of anymore. Which, sure. Like, oh, this is a GameCube controller, by the way. What's the word I'm looking for? I feel like that his model is too, like, binary. Like, it doesn't have, he builds in the flexibility in how he prices and makes offers, but he's also trying to limit his clientele to a much smaller and more limited customer base, like, deliberately, which, I don't know, there's good things and there's bad things when you're doing it. And, you know, for me, I'm a little bit on the fence on how much I buy into that philosophy. I do to a degree, and in some cases, like I definitely think that if you have something special, then yes, it's absolutely worth jacking up the price. Also, you have to understand what makes it special to jack up the price. What you can't do is make something special by jacking up the price. Like I don't see that as actually, you know, implied value doesn't always work. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There is a lot of good information. And Don, that he hides his sold listings. So 40 something sales in 90 days is not his actual sales. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely valid criticism, and I will agree with that. There's, he definitely like goes on the offensive anytime there is a hiccup at eBay. That said, I think that it's good to have critical voices of eBay. This guy wants an invoice, I bet. Orders awaiting payment. Send invoice. Oh, I'm waiting for somebody still. Send invoice. $4. Yeah, there is some of those react. How can you hide some sales but not others? A lot of the ones that he has are auctions. He also has multiple eBay stores. And there's a setting in eBay that you can do that. Keep your buyer private, but I believe that it also means that the buyer has to have that setting where they stay private when they make purchases. Let me just send out some offers real quick. Don't quote me on that. But I guarantee you he's got more than 40 sales in the last 90 days. Without a doubt. Yeah, that I didn't like that video too much. I didn't agree with that video. All right, we got some. Actually, first I'm going to do this necklace. It's a very, very nice crown trifari. It's really pretty. Yeah. Hi. No, this is not a toy. Actually, what we'll do even a little extra piece of reinforcement in there. I mean, you know, there's a lot of channels and a lot of sellers who create content that there is definitely good content and good things to be taken from them. Like Scavenger Life. Like they definitely love their podcast. Very, very pivotal in my getting into reselling. But they really haven't changed their eBay model at all in 6 or 7 years. There's some things that and their store has suffered considerably. They've pivoted to other using their eBay profits for other things, which is good. However, I can probably they've really sort of grasped onto the set it and forget it thing, which is fine. Like I definitely, to a degree, I agree with the sort of set it and forget it philosophy. However, they don't do a lot of things that could be helpful, like targeted sourcing. They'll get a big bunch of stuff for cheap, but they're not sourcing into niches that they can reliably sell, right? When they find one of those sort of bluebird pipeline products, it's kind of by accident every time. So I mean, with any of the content creators, and myself included, you got to pick and choose what you're going to be what information is going to work for you and what information is not. I'm sorry to hear that. That's lame. He is honestly, he's mentioned you several times I've seen on his channel and never had a bad thing to say, but that doesn't mean your experience was not true. Right? Like, I could totally see that. All right, let's get these records out of here. will say this, even though I've been listing a lot of records, and this happens every year, they slow way down during summer. But what's good is I'm stacking up for the holidays, and I've got my goal this whole year was to get as many holiday albums listed before Q4, and I've got around 100, I think, listed right now, and still more to do. And I did so well last year with holiday records that I'm super set this year. And honestly, I'm constantly on the lookout. So I'm hoping to do like $3,000 in Christmas albums alone in the month of December. This was Quincy Jones, The Dude. Sold for $12.55 plus shipping. I have sold this record 20 times. It's an easy $10. Yeah, I don't. Any drama I have is all in good fun. I mean, even the Tommy stuff last week, it's not like I'm not seriously pissed off at him, but I'm not gonna pass up an opportunity to mine some comedy gold. Like, all the people, anybody who here, I'll put it this way. Y'all got to get trained on my sense of humor. So consider that training last week. And by the way, I still need Tommy's address so I can ship him this damn VCR. Either that or I'm going to have to use it. This next record is La Tuna. It's a Mexican band. I don't know. I've never. Let's have a quick listen. We'll get a quick little copyright claim. Oh, and I like to rail on Joey Bada Bing because I think it's funny. So there you go. I don't know if that's drama. Let's see what this is. See if we can. La Tuna Estudia. There we go. I got some music up.
Y se nos preguntó allá por la madrugada, a las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopo. Y se nos preguntó allá por la madrugada, comieron una gallina, le torcieron el pescuezo, le partieron todos los huesos, le cortaron la colina, todo el mundo en la cocina comenzaba a entrar su queso, no quedaba ningún hueso,
I like this.
A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada.
Sold for $25.
A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. Por aquella maravilla que en la fiesta se formó, el gallo se despertó, no creyó lo que veía, brincó que hizo lo que pudo, se le encajó toda la cresta, pero al terminar la fiesta, el gallo era gallo viudo. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. A las 2 de la mañana nos
Little
comimos
repetitive.
un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. Se comieron el sopón con gusto y mucha alegría y al rato se retorcían a sentir un gran dolor. La gente ya que el sopón comentaban y decían, el sopón una maldición, que el gallo nos echaría. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada. A las 2 de la mañana nos comimos un sopón y se nos pegó un dolor allá por la madrugada.
Allá por la madrugada,
Aquel gallo se reía,
allá por la madrugada,
aquel gallo se reía,
allá por la madrugada,
aquel gallo se reía,
allá por la madrugada.
aquel gallo se reía.
I like it. It sets a tone. What? Hey. All right, we got one more going out. I think, and I gotta grab a hip postcard order, I believe. What's sold? All of a sudden, hip postcards are selling again. I don't know why it was dead, but what? Come here. Want to show them your paws? They're really nice. I'm going to bite my nose. Yeah, the political stuff is yeah, look at it. You know, so many reseller channels are very afraid to have an opinion about something. And the ones that do, I have found, typically have an opinion that is different than mine. So I made a decision relatively early on that I got to be true to myself on a lot of that stuff. And yeah, he's got beans for sure. Show him your beans. That's you. That's you. He sees himself. So I made a decision early on. One, I wasn't going to be afraid to talk about politics. And 2, I was going to express my own opinion, which, but at the same time, people are welcome to express their opinions. I'm not going to shut somebody down for having a different one, because I do think there's a lot of value in having discourse. But I'm not really interested in hearing regurgitated talking points from conservative television. And I truly believe that no two opinions are equal, and that the stronger opinion is always the one that is backed by more facts. And I think you guys may have noticed by now, one, every single time somebody's come in and tried to present some information, I ask for, pretty specifically, the source, exact quotes, and nobody's actually taken me up on it yet. Nobody's actually come back and been like, such and such or so and so said this thing on this date, or this such and such piece of information is cited by the such and such organization. Whereas typically when I have presented a fact, I'll drop a link with the exact location of that information, not on a news source. And I'm not trying to create drama, but I also think that the conversations are important to have, but they need to be fact-based conversations to have any real value. I'm not interested in just being an empty soundboard for, fear-mongered viewpoints. I think that in a lot of cases there can be common ground, but if somebody's not willing to do the work of vetting information, it's really hard to get to that point. And I don't really consider it drama, but it can get heated. But I mean, we're, look at the world we're living in. I find it really interesting that Republican lawmakers, for the most part, were not really sending out messaging about masking and getting vaccinated until their constituencies started dying off. The science behind masking and large-scale vaccination is solid. It's not really up for debate. And I find it also interesting that for some reason people still think it is. And it's just because of the huge amount of misinformation that has been pumped into the public consciousness. A huge amount. Sorry, I wasn't trying to get political this morning. I'm not really trying to go off on that tangent, but it is what it is. I'll change the subject. Since we're finishing up, I gotta get that one other postcard pulled. And then we do have some Charlie work to do in the basement. At least for an hour or so. I need to make a day of it. Oh, Cameron, yeah, I know. Yeah, the struggle is real, right? That happens to me all the time, where I'm like, oh, I had a great listing day. And then, I sold, I'll sell 20 things and list 30, which is growth, but not necessarily as much growth as you want. And it's also like, whenever I like list a whole bunch of Christmas items, like in the middle of the year, and then a whole bunch of Christmas items will sell in the middle of the year right after. And like, I'm trying to get ready for Q4, you bastards. Stop. Well, thanks, Popeye. There's a lot of stuff that is, in my opinion, I don't try to claim moral high ground at all. That being said, I'm extremely critical of hypocrisy among those who frequently claim moral high ground. And those who stormed the Capitol pretty much, or support them, I should say, pretty much lost any moral high ground they may have once had on that day. If you're looking to lose your point, you lost it there. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we've lost the ability to have civil discourse, civic discourse, and that sadly, is it's. I'm trying not to point the finger too heavily, but when you create an environment where even facts aren't facts anymore, what you give up is a lot more than you realize you're giving up. The whole hijacking, I'll say, of the term and idea of fake news, which, if you remember, fake news was literally happening by Russian operatives interfering on social media prior to the 2016 election by planting stories or creating stories or sharing stories amongst large portions of the population in the hopes of creating civil unrest, which they did. And that was what fake news was. And then, you know, the Cheeto Hitler came along and hijacked the term to his own needs. All right. Okay. Using the wrong bait. Okay. I got to go grab this postcard. So yeah, we enter into this world of all of a sudden facts aren't facts anymore, and everything is up for debate, which I reject as wholeheartedly as I can of that idea. You know, if people had such a problem with Anthony Fauci and his credentials and his credibility, you know, where were they for the last 20 years when he was the world leading infectious disease expert under 4 presidents? Do I have stamps enough to sign this thing? $37. It's like what? How much is it for a rigid up to 3 ounces? $1.37 or something like that. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21. That should be enough. There's no tracking on it. All right, we're good. Horse dewormer. You know, they put that horse dewormer in my cocaine too. That's how they cut it. It's actually not far from the truth of what the most of the cocaine in the U.S. for up until at least the pandemic, I don't know what now, but was they were cutting with a. It was. I'm not sure if it was a horse dewormer, but it was definitely a like something like that for in agriculture. What? Let me tell you. I can tell you right now. It's called levamisole, and it was a anti-helminthic agent for cattle. I don't know what. What's that word mean? Kills worms. It was a deworming agent. There we go. It only works if, yeah. All right, let's get this out of here, and then oops. And then we'll head to the basement for like an hour or so of Charlie work. All right. See you downstairs. You miss me? Trick question. Of course you did. All right. Put my coffee out of the way. It's getting better in here. It's definitely cleared out quite a bit. There's still a little ways to go. Today we're just gonna jump right in and like our two biggest are Pennsylvania and Florida, so let's just knock those out. Pennsylvania's got its own damn box. Oh, but you know what? I forgot penny sleeves. All right, I feel like 200 will probably get us through the day. Put that out of the way. There, put that there. That there. Yeah, my cuticles just started growing back, so I figure now is the perfect time. You guys ever see my bitchin' rug down here? Probably not. Isn't it majestic? Thanks, Joe. Did I come out of my conversion ban? I wish. I wish I had a conversion ban. Oh, here, what do we call these again? With the yellow stripe? Yellow stripe greetings or something like that. So, if you guys are familiar with Michael Ian Black, he was in the MTV The State, kind of where he got his start. He also was in Wet Hot American Summer. He's a prolific Twitter commenter. He's pretty much on every VH1 like 80s music compilation thing. And he's freaking hilarious. He wrote a book called My Custom Van, and it's based on one of his chapters, which is like basically him talking about his dream custom van. And it's like, and the floor is Fugatti. Do you know the difference between shag and Fugatti carpet? And then there's like, he has a drawer filled with custom fudges. And of course, the requisite like wizard on steed. Great read. Hilarious book. Michael Ian Black, My Custom Van. There's another chapter in it called Taco Party, which is also hilarious. One of my favorite comedy books. The book on tape is also good. You can stream it, and it's him reading it, which is just as good. I'm gonna need this. Dual view banner greetings, right? Well, most of these are already sleeved. That's great. The reason I think why most of these are sleeved were like because I had so many and because they were such slow sellers. Pennsylvania postcards were like least priority for me for a very long time. So when I finally got to them, I was at that point sleeving everything before top loaders. So it's making these here Pennsylvania cards a little bit easier. I hear mischief not far off. Here's one I have to fend off a low ball on every so often. This is Humphrey, or Canandaigua, Pennsylvania. drugstore, ice cream, Abbott's ice cream specifically, and a post office, all in one card. And I've got it up for decent money. It's a Silvercraft, but I've had many lowballs on this one. Damn, 4 hours end to end, 28,400 listings. That's a lot. Well, let me know how many you sell. I should probably just, I can't do all that many, but the only problem is when you're on doing that international thing, it's the only page you can't drill down by eBay site. So when you do you end a bunch of listings, you have about a 6-minute window to get them all relisted again before you start having to search for them in your ended listings amongst your international ended listings. And then it takes probably about 45 minutes. Maybe I'll try to do 400 at a time. See if I can thread the needle and get 400 done before it gets clogged. Yeah. I think that'll be a project maybe for later this week for me. I mean, I don't think I've cracked the 8,000 listing mark on postcards just yet. That said, I think it's possible that I can hit 20K total listings by the end of this year. Now that I've sort of streamlined everything, I can list much easier and much faster, which is, it very much feels like the system is become unclogged to a large degree. And even just doing this project here, you know, it's still got a little ways to go, but I'm able to find the postcards much quicker than I was for the last couple of months. You know, I can pull, you know, between basically like 30 items, like everything will take me usually about 30 minutes. And that includes, you know, looking through records or sorting, you know, looking through a stack of postcards. I need to do some subdividing, which will help make that go quicker. There are definitely, like, you know, like I said earlier, like Billings, Montana needs to get subdivided. Some of the other states that where I'm not splitting by city, I'm going to split by era, which will make that faster. Once I'm through this leg of the project, it's going to be standardizing my dividers, which is basically going to be me creating a template, and because I like the thickness of corrugated cardboard as dividers. I don't like. I tried using just standard postcard dividers for a little while, and I didn't like it. Too flimsy for me. Yeah, it scared the crap out of me as well. And here's what's even weirder, Popeye, is it duplicates the listings on HIP as well. Or at least it does the UK and Canada sites. So now I have people in the US buying my US cards from my US location off a European listing. So I'm getting paid in euro, and I'm shipping from the US to a US location. Sometimes I'm getting like I get paid for international shipping too. Yeah, so when I first went on Web Interpret, I got a big boost in the first couple of weeks, like huge boost. It's definitely tapered off since then, but my international sales are still quite a bit higher than they used to be. And if I went in and really sort of, you know, and I've been doing this as I go anyways, fix some of my international shipping charges, I'd probably do a lot better. Web Interpret says I should be offering free shipping, which I say F that as well. Wow. Yeah, that'll do it. Because you're dominating the front page right now. Anybody looking at newly listed, you're going to own the first 3 pages of postcard listings. Or 10 pages. Or 100 pages. Like anybody looking for a postcard is going to see your postcards. $13 sales in 3 hours. Yeah, there you go. Proof's in the pudding. Oh my gosh, we're almost done with Pennsylvania. And done. All right, that was a big one to get done. Next up, Florida. You know what's always fascinated me? The Florida room. If anybody knows people in Florida or has been in Florida, I don't think it's a thing anymore. But like, it used to be a thing. It's basically a living room or like a family room, but they call it the Florida room. All right. Florida. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't bring any down to the dividers, so we're not going to worry about that. Oops. You know what's interesting? Like, you know, what, 5 years ago or so, maybe a little more than that. You know, there was a sort of like the movement towards like places like SeaWorld and whatever having, you know, captured mammals jump in the air for our amusement. Maybe wasn't the nicest thing to be doing to animals, and there was like a movement to start, you know, sort of turning down that form of entertainment. There was no like massive uproar. Like, no, we must have dolphins jumping for our amusement. And I'm sure there was probably some out there, but they were not a you know, significant voice. Everyone pretty much just sort of like, you know, saw the documentary, were like, this is not good for these animals, this is very sad, we should probably stop doing this. And then they did, or they are. And did I just put a bunch of Florida cards in Georgia? I think I did. Nope, these are all Georgia. Mark, I call those high relief embossed. Are you talking like the really highly embossed, like airbrush ones? Like the ones that are like this? I usually call these high relief embossed. Yeah, that's the term I've been used because they're almost always airbrushed too. So I just usually do like high relief airbrush or high relief embossed airbrushed. And I've sold quite a few of them. BMF fat card. Man, I think Florida alligators are going to get their own section. Like California big ass trees. We're going to have California big ass alligators. I'm surprised this one hasn't sold. $1907. Pensacola, Florida. Firing the cannons at the Navy Yard, like active fire. I don't think it's that rare, but I don't remember seeing another one like it. I think I might. It's probably. I've had it up for a long time, so it means I probably listed it too high. Do you have the name of the fart? I mean, I've got all kinds of different names for farts. Oh, fort. Sorry, I totally misread that. Although I don't apologize. I don't know how many Pensacola, Florida naval yards can there be? Pensacola Naval Yard. There's only no, I don't. Pensacola, Florida postcard. Mine doesn't even come up. Oh, nice. This that guy who sent me the nice note just sent me this. Share window. Some other things from the store, which is kind of cool. Let's get that bigger. There's his store, the Bacon Chapel Company dry goods store. Well, that's on its side, obviously, South Salina Street. But yeah, you can see his store right there. Some boot hooks. Yeah, they changed. He was telling the story. He changed the name of the company. There's the guy. That's cool. All right, let's find out why this Pensacola Naval Yard not listed. Did I sell it and not something happen? Was I like not able to find it way back when? No. Did I just not list it on Worth Point? Okay, it didn't sell. What if I just look in my active? Okay, there it is. Ah, you know why? Because I have it in as Navy Yard, not Naval Yard, which is what it says on the front of the postcard. So it's a keyword issue. All right, see you, Popeye. Oh, this is just a vape. It's nicotine. I've been on it since I quit smoking, and I should probably quit the vaping. But it's very much like a one of the ADHD things that comes along with the territory is a proclivity towards addiction, and it is very difficult to even. It's not even so much the nicotine. I'm pretty much as the lowest level of nicotine that it's still you can get. I should probably wean off of that down to zero, but there's still a persistent behavior element that comes along with ADHD that makes it extra difficult for us folk to kick habits or start habits for that matter. Like Mitch Hedberg said, the only thing harder than quitting smoking is starting flossing. Although, that being said, I have gotten quite a bit better since my diagnosis at curbing less good habits and starting better habits. I'm not great at it yet, but it's something that once you sort of understand a thing, then you have a lot more ability to make changes around it, or despite of it, or against it. So, understanding that is a part of the disability, which is really what it is. And it gives you a little bit more power to do something about it. Wendy Lou loves that little spot over there. Hi, Wendy. Yeah, the card doesn't specify the fort that it is, but yeah, I'll. There's a lot of really old stuff in southern Florida. The St. Augustine is the oldest city in the country. According to their postcards. Oh, and Florida just about done. Boom. That's good. That feels nice. Florida. Wow, look at all that. All right, I think we have Illinois. Yeah, Illinois. We're on our last freaking state. And then maybe tomorrow we'll move on to international, which should go pretty quick. Maybe today I want to do cartoons too. We'll see. I do not sell many Continental cards. For the most part, I don't even list them. I typically lot my Continental cards into lots of 1,000 and sell them off for about $80 each. That being said, for a long time, Chrome postcards were very much disregarded, and the market has since changed dramatically. Online Chrome postcards do extremely well for me. I probably sell as many Chromes as any other era. And I predict that someday Continental cards could do the same thing as Chromes have. Maybe in another 5 or 10 years if the hobby is still alive. Which I'm sure it will be. It's not like it's going away. It's definitely changing though. And it's changing right before our very eyes. But yeah, I don't the Continental cards I'll list if it's Disney. If it's really something unusual or special, I might list it. I have a small stack that are kind of like set aside from just normal Continental cards. But sometimes it's good to have some good ones and unusual ones in with the lots to sort of seed the lot and attract buyers. But I don't list 90% of the ones that I get, and of the ones I list, I don't sell 90% of the ones I list. So there's your answer. They just don't sell much, and the ones that do sell frequently don't sell for that good of money, and they make storage complicated. I think I sold a bunch of Continentals that I got from Cameron over at Gravity Goods. They were all Disney World or Disneyland. Those sold really well and pretty quickly for like $7-8 a piece. And yeah, Continental and Jumbo cards. I just don't sell a ton of them. They can't. I mean, there's some that can be valuable. Don't get me wrong. Like in like anything, you know, there's going to be a top 1%. And the thing is, because I don't really sell them, I don't deliberately source them. And because I'm not deliberately sourcing them, like I've sold 3 lots this year of 1,000 Continental cards that have come along in other lots of cards that I've bought. And honestly, I'm probably like probably a couple hundred away from listing another lot. And it's really more about like going to where the market is at and putting my time and energy into the stuff that I know is probably going to sell at or near the prices I'm asking. So that's more of what it comes down to than like the market isn't asking or paying real high value Continentals. All right. All right, we're on to Chicago. It's funny, like I've watched come out of these like 4 or 5 of the cards that I was pointing out today. They were overpriced in my stock. I kind of loved this one. This came out of that lot, but it's just got so much writing on it, and you can't really decipher any of it. But this is going to Miss Daisy Graves, of course. But it's the U.S. government building in Chicago. It's really cool. It's got a big crease in the middle of it, but it's just so like they really put all the writing they possibly could get on the front of it. All right, see you, Mark. I'm almost done. Still got 12 people. Thank you all for joining in. Always helps pass the time a little better when there's people around, especially when you're doing solitary Charlie work in your basement. I'm going to need another receptacle. Let's see. The states are out of alphabetical order. I just realized. But at least Kansas and Kentucky and Louisiana. There we go. Go. Oh, it's because I removed. Slow on the draw. Probably blood sugar dropping. We might not get to cartoons today. Sup, who's Tom Cruise? Nice. Yeah, it's all about catching up on menial, non-revenue producing reseller tasks, right? That's how we do. Right, Winnie Lou? Right, Winnie Lou? She doesn't care. It's almost 11. I'm going to want to get to listing soon. This is the last of our states. Oh, that's not true. There's some real photos, but we're not doing that today. Nice. I don't mind. I do not mind sorting 45s. I've been going through a huge, so Tom Cruise, you might dig this. So I had all those records that were sitting behind me forever, and I've been going through them and listing what's listable and getting some stuff ready to lot up and like blow out for my viewers, like stuff that's not in like tip top condition. It's not eBay ready. But there was a lot of records that were perfectly eBay ready, and I don't know why I had them. In them was this. Ooh, Gospel Soul 45s are fun stuff. Anyways, that record may not look like much. And I have no idea where I got it. And it's in crispy, minty, doesn't look like it's ever been played condition. When it sells, will be the most valuable record that I've sold on eBay. But yeah, the records that I just had sitting behind me, I've listed probably around 120 so far, and not even including that record, probably like $3 or $4 grand in records. Plus, I'm gonna put together like some cool lots of like 20 and blow them out to some subscribers, hopefully, who, you know, want some good music that maybe isn't the greatest condition, aren't necessarily picky about condition. And do like some good lots of like, you know, like lots of 20 for, you know, between maybe 20 and $30 shipped. Yeah, the comps on that record are insane. And I'm the only one up with one right now outside of Discogs. And honestly, I mean, I don't think $500 records sell on Discogs because there's too many scammers on that site. I think, you know, good buyers know they don't really have much recourse. But that record will go to a high-end hip-hop collector for sure. And I found an MP3 of it. I actually have an MP3 of it. And it's like, it's, you know, early gangster rap. There's only 300 copies of that record ever, so sleeved it, you know, made it all pretty. Put it up internationally also, but sending only priority mail internationally. So I have tracking and all that. That is all the states. Yeah. All right, let's do cartoons. It's our stretch goal. And maybe advertising too. Advertising is in front of me, so I might as well just do this. Yeah, I think Japan probably is most likely where that will sell to. It could go Hong Kong. I could see that as well. But yeah, almost certainly going to go overseas with, you know, when it sells, it's going overseas. It's get, you know, signature confirmation, like charge for all the things. So I think I just in the US I charged a flat like $25 for shipping US, and then so that thing will get like, it's not going in a record mailer. I think my second highest records, it's like a three-way tie. I sold a 45 for like $350 last year. A really rare Mountain Goats record, limited edition record, sold for I think it was $3 and change for that one. And then I sold a Japan import of Elvis Presley Roustabout
that sold for $300. So it's a three-way tie for first place at the moment. Three-way-ish tie, I'll say. Yeah, Gospel 45s are awesome. Any of that like Northern Soul, Rare Groove kind of stuff does well. I actually bought a good collection of it. It's pretty much sold out at this point. Like I'm almost all the way sold through at a garage sale. And I went to the garage sale. I saw that there was records in their ad, and I went there right when they were opening, and I'm like, how much for everything? Just like, give me your number. You know, what do you got? What's it going to cost for you guys to take the rest of the day off? And I bought all the records, and I got a Crosley record player, a bunch of vintage Tupperware. I just bought their garage sale for like $250. I think the records were, I think they wanted 200, and I got them down to like 95 on the records. But then I said, you know, what if I just bought everything? I get the record player, I get everything. And I think it was $250. And they were stoked because they didn't have to run a garage sale. I was stoked because I got a whole crapload of amazing 45s and a record player and a bunch of other cool stuff. They didn't have to run a sale. I didn't have to keep going to garage sales. It's one of them win situations. All right, advertising postcards, Dunzo. Oh, my knees. Cartoon. All right, that's not too bad. Mark, another. Oh, you're gone. Never mind, Mark. Note to self: days of the week postcards for Mark. Matt, do I have a 7-inch take-up reel for a reel-to-reel tape player? Not for a tape player. Only for film reels, which probably interchangeable to a degree, I would think, but I can't guarantee that. Oh, my stomach's growling. Stomach's growling, cuticles shredded. Oh wow, an old fiddler. Was it the fiddler? Hey. You're back. Time for this to be almost done, Amy. Sorry. But you got to get ready for your fantasy football draft. I mean, auction. All right, curious. Does anyone in the chat play fantasy football? Besides Amy. Or really even fantasy baseball for that matter. Nope. I used to play fantasy baseball. I don't anymore. I don't know. Yes, I think you can choose Fran Tarkenton. He's available. All right. Oh, Tom Cruise. I've been meaning to ask you. Do you know the Space Cowboys? That was a question for who's Tom Cruise specifically. You don't. Okay, just curious. They were a, I don't know if they're still around. They were up until like maybe like 2010, 2012-ish. They're DJ crew, but they were kind of more of the like DNA Lounge crowd, if you know what I mean. Kind of sort of like glitch mob adjacent, but more on the house music side. How you're interested. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, is that it? Yeah, these are all artist signed. That's cartoon. That's not. That's a cartoon. Oh, but it's also artist signed. Okay, those are definitely all artist signed. Okay. Which that will be for another day. Cartoons. Probably Deep House. Yeah, I mean, they're like some Deep House, but more, I would say, on the Deep House, maybe some Tech House, Tribal House, that kind of stuff. Which is okay. I can take it in doses. I can't, and I can take it with doses, if you know what I mean. But not my favorite. I think they have a couple of like drum and bass guys in there too, but it's been so long. Okay, everybody. Guess what? That is it. For today, anyways. We need to get this in there. Ah. It's another 3 boxes full of. What's going on? Yeah, my like DJ club days ended about a decade after that, but still, you know, every now and then. Every now and then. All right, things are starting to shape up. Very happy with it. Oh, thank you, Tom. All right. I will check my email when I get to my couch and have some breakfast. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow doing some more, probably some more Charlie work down here in the basement. So thank you all. I hope you have a great day. Get out there, do something fun. Peace.